Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa Cotter and today we're going through my top 10 art supplies that I used in 2022. I hope you like this video, so let's start. So I've went through what I used in 2022 in my colouring books as well as for my artwork, and found there was a lot of products that I actually used, and some of these I didn't necessarily buy back in 2022, but I did use them a lot. So I thought we'd take a look. So let's start. So the first product on my list would be my Dull 133 sharpener. So this is my Dull one. This sits on my desk at all times. I use it daily. It has a little opener and where the sharpenings go. It sharpens to a fine point. I found out about this from Pamela's Passion for Pencils. She has a YouTube channel. I'll put it in the link below. And she even has a video on how to set this up, because when I first got it, I sat there all day, didn't even know how to set it up because it just wouldn't sharpen. I was like, what am I doing wrong? So after watching that, it was a breeze. Now, since having this one, my pencils haven't broken. I've had this for 1.5 years and it's still going strong. Prismas that used to break, they don't break anymore. I got this on Amazon, and this is how sharp. If you can see against the white there, it sharpens to a fine point, and I don't have to resharpen multiple times. I still get the occasional break with certain pencils, but this is an amazing sharpener. So that's it there. So again, this was available on Amazon. So I'll just put that back over here. And the next one I thought that I use all the time is my Tombow erasers. Now this is the original one I got, and it's nearly empty. I've got to get more refills for this one because that's how small it is now. But I've had this for 1.5 years. I got it back in 2021, so that was the one I got. And this one I got then as well, but it came with refills. This one didn't. And this is really tiny, as you can see. It's hard to see, but the tiny edge, and it gets into all those little tiny spaces. So I use these, and for bigger areas I've now used this one. I got this last year in a pack of 3, and I just love this one. I was using one that I've had since 2008, and it's not sold anymore by, I think it was Faber-Castell or Derwent, I can't remember. It was one of those brands, but I use these all the time. So another fantastic product, and yes, they sit on my desk at all times. I'll just have a drink. Sorry about that. The next product, which I've talked about a lot already on my channel, is the Sakura Jelly Rolls. So I didn't get these until last year. I was using the Signo, I think it was a Uniball white one, but it stopped working all the time. So I use pretty much the 8 and the 10. The 10 I don't have with me at the moment, but I use these all the time for highlights. They are fantastic. The 05 I don't use as much because it never seems to run really well. But for the 8 and the 10 I do. As you can see, the lid's off. They have the, and I believe you can run them up under hot water and they'll work really well, or cut on the back of your hand. But I just scribble on a piece of paper if they stop working. Usually it gets rid of any muck, but I use these all the time. And again, I've got a truckload on my desk at all times because I use these. Now they will change colour especially if you're using Prismas. Sometimes the blue will make them go pink. Sometimes I don't mind that, but sometimes you don't want that. So that brings me to our next item. So this is the Artistro Paint Marker Pen. Now this is similar to your Posca pens, and I own all of them and I love them as well. But this is one I got last year. This is, as with the Prismas, not the Prismas, the Poscas, you just press it down to get it started working. You shake it up to mix the paint. It's acrylic paint. This does not change colour, and so far they are working amazing. These come in a pack of 3 for the price of 1 Posca. So really, these are fantastic value. Definitely another one I used a lot in 2022. So let's get into the bigger stuff. So getting into things more. So for backgrounds, let me get my other product that's hidden under all this stuff. For backgrounds, I use the soft pastels. So these are the 2 I have, which this is by Prismacolor, and I love this set. And this was the original set I had, which is 24 by Faber-Castell. So these are like little sticks. They come with little colours. Now I've had these for nearly 2 years, and as you can see, I've barely used them. And these I purchased on eBay secondhand for about $10 or $9. And these I got back in 2021. And as you can see, I've hardly used them, but that's, you don't need much. So basically I get a craft knife and grate the edge to make a fine dust, and then I rub it into backgrounds. But I use these all the time, and I love my soft pastels. I know a lot of people use pan pastels. I've just gotten some of them, but you'll have to wait for my whole video for that one. But these have done me well, and I got these on special. I went and looked recently, and they've gone back up in price, but this is the 36 set. There is a 40 something set for this one, and which is more some pastel colours as well as darker colours. These come in bigger sets as well, but for me this is perfect because, again, a little bit goes a long way. So I use these a lot for my backgrounds in colouring books or even my artwork. So definitely look out for that if you want to do backgrounds. And the good thing with soft pastels, you can erase them. So it's definitely something which I like. Now, my most used pencils, now I'm just moving everything around, of 2022, which is no surprise to me, is my Prismacolors. So this is my spare set. Comes in a magnetic box. This is the 150 set. I got these, my original set cost quite a lot of money here in Australia, and I remember these come out on Amazon for like $115. So I got them. They're beautiful, especially for this 150 set. So this is what they look like inside. I won't take all the trays out, but this is my spare set. I have bought some open stock spares, but I'm still going on my original box. A lot of them are very small now, and I keep them usually in a pencil case. So that is the most used pencil of 2022, and I could talk about these all day. I know they have issues with the breakage, and I know they are a wax pencil and you can get the wax build up, but once you learn how to use these properly, these truly are a beautiful set of pencils. And if you can get them cheaper, definitely give them a go. They're beautiful. So they're my most used pencil. I wonder if it'll be the same for 2023. We'll see. The next set of pencils, and I have to put the 72 set in with this too, is the Artex 126 set of coloured pencils. Now this was released in November of 2022. I will be releasing a review soon of these pencils. Beautiful pencils. They are a wax-based pencil, but they are not as waxy as your Prismacolors. The set isn't, this is 126. The 72 set was a beautiful set, and when they brought this out, the colours are just amazing. And this is what they look like. But I use these quite a lot, so that's why some of these are very small, especially the little light blue there. Whoops, now they're all dropping everywhere. So I use these all the time. So they're probably my latest pencils that I use a lot. Definitely worth looking at. These are cheaper than your Prismacolors, and they're just a lovely pencil. So look out for the review soon, and that I'm doing, and I'll put these over there before I drop them anymore. And the next product I can honestly talk about is, now I'll try and say this correctly, Kuretake Gensei Tambi watercolor set. I think this is called the Starry set. I got this last year. This over in Australia is about $25 on Amazon. So I get a lot of products from Amazon. My favourite one has to be this one here, because it's got a lot of glittery colours in it, number 903. But I use these all the time. I know there is another more expensive brand that's fantastic, but for me, I use them for colouring books just to add that splash of gold. And to be honest, these are perfect. I really like them. I don't use water a lot in my colouring books, but I will be for this year. So definitely take a look at these if you want a little set of metallic watercolours, of golds. This is the set I would definitely go for, because it's cheap and sparkly, adds beautiful colour. So that is the Kuretake Gensei Tambi watercolour set in Starry. Now, the next one is my Paul Rubens 12-pan watercolour set. Now, don't laugh when I open this up. Now, I was sent these by the Paul Rubens company, or Lightwish, and they sent me a huge haul last year. And I had never touched watercolours before, and this is my first set. As you can see, it's looking a bit worse for ruin, but this started me off with watercolours, and these are the colours. So I've run out of a few colours in this pan now, but I really love this set, and I do have a spare of this set, which I will be using. I was able to mix these into lots of different colours, make skin tones. It's just a good little set to start off with. I always say, if you want to learn watercolours, definitely start off with a small 12-pan set, and this really did me well. I'll show you a little bit of something I did with these, because I am a beginner, I'm learning. This is one I did with these, and they sent me the metallic ones as well, so I actually added a bit of metallic there, but I was really proud of this, and I actually made some bookmarks into a similar designs. But this was the first real something I did, and this is on the Paul Rubens paper as well. But I'm really impressed, and I definitely am saving for the 24 set of this one, because I really liked it. I did try and get the tubes, but they were not available in Australia. So this one I'll use up till the end, and then I will definitely open my new one and then get a new one. So last of all is the Tone Tan Strathmore paper. I love, this is my second sketchbook that I got. This is 50 sheets. It's 9 by 12. This is the 400 series. Now I have a smaller one I bought before Christmas, to do some sketches in as well. But this is the one I use for my artwork for colour pencils. This was done with the Artex colour pencils and my own artwork. And I just love this paper. It makes the pencils pop. And I have seen people take pages out and print on them. I haven't done that yet. I should do this year. But again, another bit of artwork that I did using the Artex colour pencils. And look how that just pops off the page. And that one was the Posca on the outline to make it look like a sticker. But this has to be, without a doubt, the Strathmore Tone Tan paper. Mind you, I love the Strathmore paper range. They're just amazing. So that was my top 10 art supplies of 2022. Now, I thought I would, if it's okay with you, drop in a couple more that have grown on me. And something I got new sort of last year and didn't really get to show it off. So the first thing I thought I'd show you is, so these are the pencil cases that I use for my colour pencils. And this set of pencils I hated when I first got them. I disliked them, and I made it known that I disliked this set of pencils. Well, I think it was the paper I was using it on, not the pencils. My bad. But when you're a learner, you make mistakes. So as I was saying, I didn't really like this set of pencils until I watched The Colouring Kid. And if you haven't watched her videos, go watch them. She is amazing. She's such a talented young girl, and I think I've binge watched all her colourings. Like, she does the most beautiful pastel pale tones. I'm too heavy-handed. But after watching that, I decided to give these a chance. So these are the Black Widow colour pencils. Now, I have the full set here that he's released so far, and these work amazingly in the Maria Troll book, the Luna one. I really loved them in that, so I'm going to give them another chance because they deserve it. And they're such a lovely, like the greens. I love the greens. I love everything about the greens in this set. So that, it has definitely worth a consideration, especially if you want to collect smaller sets of pencils. And these come in a bit more paler than, you know, than the usual colours, but I love them. And yes, I'd buy the rest if he has any more released. And then last but not least, a product that I didn't get to use much. I purchased this when they had the Paul Rubens event. I didn't realise that the Paul Rubens on AliExpress was not the same company as the one I usually get on Amazon, which is run by Lightwish. And so I purchased this one, and because I really wanted the 24 set of this, and it wasn't available at the time when I went to look. So I purchased this. This is a 24 set, but it's not the same as this one, sadly. But it's beautiful. So this comes with this, I don't know if you can see that, but it's like glitter in the top. It's like a snow globe. It's so pretty. Like, I could sit there and play with it all day. And then inside, whoops, see if I can open it, is 24 different colours. Now these have sort of a shimmer and shine to them. They're not the same. They have some of the same colours, but they have just a light shine to them, which is really pretty. But the case is so pretty, I don't want to make it all wrecked. So I don't use it very often. They're lovely set of watercolours. But these are available only on AliExpress from the Paul Rubens store direct. Now, I know that there's an Amazon Paul Rubens store now. I'm not sure if they'll have that. But they even came with a glittery box, but my daughter has taken that to put her little trinkets in that she collects. But yes, as you can see, you can, like, really, I'm going to sit there and play that all day if I keep it out. But that is a set that I definitely need to get into this year. So that is my top 10, or maybe my top 12 art supplies of 2022. So what's your favourite art supplies? And I wonder what our favourite art supplies will be in 2023. It's funny when you actually go through your art supplies and you say, well, I think I use this a lot, and then you realise, no, I actually used another brand. So do these interest you? And have you tried any of the items that I used a lot in 2022? I want to say thank you for watching. And if you like my video, press like and subscribe. And my next video is coming out in a couple of days, and that's my haul video. I can't wait for that one. So thanks again, take care and have a great day, and keep colouring.